Assalamualaikum and a very good day. In today's feature report, we take a closer look at how unemployment is viewed through the lens of Islamic economics. According to a recent discussion, unemployment is recognized as a serious social problem that affects not just individuals but entire families and the communities. Traditional economic theories tend to blame unemployment on labor market inefficiencies such as information asymmetry, minimum wage policies, or union activities. But Islamic economics offers a much broader and deeper perspective. Unemployment in the Islamic view is not just about job loss. It is about the erosion of dignity, the weakening of family structures, and the spiritual disconnect that occurs when a person is unable to fulfill their responsibilities as a Khalifah on this earth. Islam regards work as a form of worship, and when someone is denied the opportunity to work, they are also denied the ability to participate in their society. This is why Islamic systems such as zakat and sadaqah exist, to uphold social justice, ensure ethical economic conduct, and support those who are temporarily out of employment. The discussion also emphasizes how unemployment hits young people the hardest. Delays in marriage, family instability, and rising mental health issues are just some of the consequences. And this, in turn, affect the moral value of the Ummah. Islamic teachings stress that employment is a collective responsibility, not just the duty of the individual, but of the whole community, and especially the state. Job creation, fair wages, and ethical working conditions are essential to preserve social harmony and economic dignity. And finally, when unemployment rises, so too can social problems like crime, hopelessness, and disunity, all of which are deeply concerning in any Muslim society. In conclusion, the Islamic economic perspective reminds us solving unemployment isn't just about fixing numbers, it's about restoring justice, compassion, and balance in the society. This has been your reporter for unemployment effects on society from the Islamic view. I am Nur Fatma Damia. Stay with us for more updates on the topic.
Assalamualaikum. Today I want to talk for the second question, which is what are the causes of employment and what are the solutions to overcome it from an Islamic economic perspective. That a major challenge many societies face unemployment and how we can understand and solve it from the Islamic economic perspective. Firstly, the causes of unemployment. Unemployment doesn't just happen randomly. According to Islamic economists like Majid and Usman 2023, there are three main causes we should pay attention to. First, there is a mismatch between education and job market needs. Our education system often produces graduates who don't have the skill needed in today's workforce, especially in developing countries, that leads to structural unemployment. Second is the dominance of interest-based financial systems, or we call it riba. Islam prohibits riba because it concentrates wealth in the hands of a few and creates economic inequality, making it harder for businesses and job opportunities to grow. Third is the decline of moral and ethical values in the workplace. Islam emphasizes honesty, trust, and justice in business. When these values are lost, it affects employment because people are less willing to invest, hire, or collaborate. Next, Islamic solutions from these causes. Islamic economics offers powerful solutions, not just spiritually, but practically. Number 1, Islamic finance. By promoting interest-free financing and risk-sharing models like mudarabah and musyarakah, Islamic system encourage real investment and job creation. Instead of debt, businesses grow through partnership, which is fairer and more sustainable. Number 2, activating zakat and wakaf. Zakat, a compulsory charity, and wakaf, a charitable endowment, can fund schools, clinics, and infrastructure, all of which create jobs and reduce poverty. Number 3 is vocational and technical education. Islam values useful knowledge. By aligning our education system with real market needs, we help people become more employable and independent. Number 4, promoting ethical entrepreneurship. Giving interest-free loans like Qard Al-Hasan helps small businesses start and grow, especially in poor communities. Then, for second question related with other scholars like Yilmaz 2025 and Altonia 2021, also argue that Islamic economics goes beyond numbers. It focuses on moral values, social justice, and community well-being, whether it's fighting inequality or empowering SMEs through Islamic finance. It's all about building a just economy. What can I conclude that unemployment in Islam isn't just an economic problem. It's also a moral and social challenge. With tools like interest-free finance, zakat, vocational training, and ethical leadership, Islam provides a holistic approach to solve it.
So, Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I'm going to continue with the relationship between zakat as a mechanism of wealth distribution and its profound impact on unemployment rates. So let's start by defining our key term zakat. So zakat is derived from the Arabic word zakah, means purification and growth. So it is a religious obligation for eligible Muslims, compulsory for those who can afford it, and its funds are distributed into 8 specific categories, including the poor, the needy, and the indentured. So it's really a system designed for societal well-being. And on the other hand, employment is a universal challenge. It arises when the demand for the labor is lower than the available workforce, often due to a lack of skilled workers or economic activities. So now let's connect these two. How does zakat directly impact employment? It all starts with the increased purchasing power. When zakat funds are distributed to beneficiaries, they gain additional money to spend. So this surge in purchasing power directly translates into an increased demand for goods and services. So think about it. When people have more money, they buy more. So businesses, seeing this increased demand, are encouraged to boost their production. To do that, they need to hire more labor. So this naturally helps to fill unemployment gaps and increase overall employment rates. This concept actually aligns quite well with Say's law. They suggest that supply creates on demand. So from zakat's perspective, increased supply often leads to increased demand and vice versa, creating a virtuous cycle. Beyond direct purchasing power, zakat also plays a crucial indirect role, particularly in human capital development. So zakat funds can be allocated to provide scholarships or educational fundings. This empowers individuals to acquire new skills and improve their existing ones, so significantly boosting their employability skills. As they become more skilled, they increase their quality as a labor force, making them more attractive to employers. Zakat, often in conjunction with wakaf or endowments, can also be used to fund job-creating infrastructure projects. Imagine the jobs created by building new schools, hospitals, or critical infrastructure, as they need more engineers and architects as well as construction workers and support staff. These projects not only create immediate employment but also lay the groundwork for future economic growth by making it easier for businesses to expand and new ones to emerge, generating even more jobs in various sectors like retail and logistics. Furthermore, Islamic finance also introduced Qard Al-Hasan or benevolent loans, which can be used to finance small business and foster entrepreneurship, further stimulating job creation. So in summary, zakat is an incredibly effective tool for combating unemployment. It achieves this by increasing labor demand and supply, enhancing human capital, and funding job-creating infrastructure and businesses. Therefore, by effectively and efficiently managing zakat and integrating it into broader societal protection plans, we can significantly reduce unemployment and promote long-term economic prosperity. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome. Behind every job vacancy that goes unfilled and behind every graduate struggling to find work lies one of the most urgent questions of our time: how do we solve unemployment? It's a challenge that continues to shape economies, policies, and people's lives. But what if the way we approach this problem depends not just on numbers but on values? Today, we explore two very different economic systems, the conventional model and the Islamic framework, and how each offers its own vision for tackling unemployment. Let's begin with the conventional economics perspective. In this system, unemployment is usually treated as a technical issue, something to be managed through market-driven tools. Government and central banks adjust interest rates, control inflation, increase investment, and implement wage policies. The main goal: stimulate economic activity and jobs creation. One key concept often used is the Phillips curve, which shows a trade-off between inflation and unemployment. Policymakers use this model to find a balance between economic growth and job creation. But the reality is, these tools alone are not always enough. They don't fully address structural issues like mismatches between skills and job requirement or limited access to vocational training. Now, let's take a look at the Islamic economic system, a framework that approaches unemployment from a completely different angle. Here, work isn't just an economic means, it's a moral and spiritual responsibility. Islam encourages individuals, particularly men, to earn a lawful living, viewing work as a form of ibadah or worship and a duty to serve both family and society. To support this, Islamic economics places a strong emphasis on education and skill building. It considers practical training or communal applications, ensuring people are prepared to meet real market demands, especially through vocational and technical education. When it comes to finance, Islamic principles offer inclusive and debt-free solutions. Instead of interest-based loan, the system promotes tools like Qard al-Hasan, which is benevolent loans, as well as zakat and wakaf, which help small fund business SMEs empower entrepreneurships and create job opportunities without throwing people in financial hardships. In addition, Islamic governance supports direct state involvement in sectors like infrastructure and public works. Instead of relying purely on privatization or free markets, the government plays an active role in ensuring jobs are created and fairly distributed. As an economics student, these topics open my eyes more than just a theory. The Islamic economic approach shows me how ethics, compassion, and shared responsibility can be integrated into real economic solutions. It reminds me that solving unemployment isn't just about GDP or statistics. It's about people, dignity, and opportunity. Learning both systems, which are the conventional and also the Islamic, equips me with a balanced perspective, one that combines technical understanding with moral consciousness. It prepares me to contribute to a future economy that is not only efficient but also just and inclusive. In the end, both systems aim to reduce unemployment, but they take a very different path. One leans on market forces, the other on values and community. Understanding both gives us not only broader knowledge, but a deeper insight into the kind of world we want to build. I'm Sharifah Norelia binti Hussein. Thank you for watching and stay with us for more thoughtful perspective ahead.
I just want to say how grateful I am to be part of this group. Working together on this assignment has been a great experience. Everyone contributed, shared ideas and supported each other. I really appreciate the teamwork and positive attitude from all of them. It made the work easier and more enjoyable. Thank you so much.
Beyond the academic insights, this study offers a personal reflection, especially for me as a student. By examining unemployment through Islamic economics, we are reminded that our future roles in society go far beyond than just earning a salary. We are being prepared to become contributors not just to the economy, but to the moral and spiritual well-being of our communities. Understanding the ethical foundations of employment in Islam strengthens our awareness that work is not just a means of survival, but as an act of ibadah and worship. This changes how we view our studies today as a step toward fulfilling our duty to uphold justice, create opportunities, and care for others. So, this research doesn't just answer questions for our assignments, it shapes our character and purpose as future Muslim professionals, and that perhaps is the most lasting benefit for us. So that's all from me. Stay informed, stay inspired, and stay committed to knowledge with purpose.